You've seen today with this memo?
Oh, there's so many things. But the first thing is that McCabe said that they would not have sought, they would not have even gone to the FISA court unless they had that dossier. That just is really scary. And then the bootstrapping, of course. The dossier was used to put in a story, to plant a story with Michael Isikoff. He's a journalistic whore. He just takes whatever the left gives him and he rewrites it.
They're all working on the same team, though, aren't they? I mean, the media.
Oh, of course. I mean, of course.
This whole thing, they're all helping it. It's a boosting society. Everyone's boosting everyone else's narrative. A very aggressive lack of curiosity on the part of the journalist to say, well, where'd you get this information? Let me look at the underlying. Byron, you were the first person to get this memo, it looks like, in the media. One other person did, I guess, as well. But what Vicki just said about the issue of what they knew, when they knew it, what stands out for you, especially the McCabe point, the deputy director of the FBI?
Well, they said, the memo says that the dossier was an essential part of this application, and as Vicki said, it goes on to say that they wouldn't have done it without the dossier. And I've been told there are really 4 things that they cite as the reason for this warrant. It's the dossier, it's that Michael Isikoff article, it's the Papadopoulos case.
In Yahoo News, correct?
In Yahoo News. It's the Papadopoulos case, and it's Carter Page's history. But what I'm told is the dossier was by far the biggest of all of those. So it was absolutely essential, and it really supports this idea that if without the dossier, there's no application.
And George Papadopoulos, I mean, what the heck was he doing, bragging in a bar that Hillary's emails were going to come out soon and the Russians were going to do it? Is that a reason for him to be put under
the Papadopoulos thing is one of the most ludicrous things I've heard to base anything on. Congressman, the issue...
It's a fair question. I mean, you know, it's interesting. The war against the Bill of Rights continues. First it was the Second Amendment. Now it's against the Fourth Amendment by the media. You know, the police state, elements of it at least, Laura, are already here. And you can thank in part the American media and the Democrats. Listen, we know one thing about this, okay? We know the procedure. That's not open for dispute, not open for politics. We know that in order for an American citizen to be spied on in a FISA court, there has to be probable cause that they were a foreign agent and in violation of some United States law in the process of acting on behalf of that foreign agent. Have you seen, I'm asking anyone out there, a scintilla of evidence, forget probable cause, have you seen a scintilla of evidence that any of that is true? If not, why the hell were they spying on Carter Page?
Yeah, I mean, from what I can gather, and look, maybe we'll learn more, but I don't think they had the constitutional right to surveil him at all. Because he talked to some people in Russia, and, you know, I guess he thinks we should have a better relationship with Russia. I'm not defending him, but I mean, it seems really like thin gruel. And Michelle, I think Dan hit on that point. The media know that they were complicit. They were useful idiots or willing participants in this effort to stop Trump, or an insurance policy against his winning. And I want to play a couple of comments for you from today from the media. Let's watch.
They put their lives on the line in terms of law and order. And it's also just odd to have a Republican president and law and order president then attack the FBI and the Department of Justice.
This whole oversight process is based on one thing: trust. And they've broken that trust. If you're in the intelligence community now, you might think twice about what you're going to write down on a piece of paper.
The next Waco, the next time that federal law enforcement agencies are killed in the line of duty, that's on Trump.
Okay, Michelle. Nicole Wallace, Trump is going to have blood on his hands for the next Waco. Was she a Bush press secretary or something? Figures. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, she was a fragger inside of the Republican Party is what she was and continues to be, apparently. Look, you've got 2 journalists who were name-checked in the memo, Michael Isikoff and David Corn, and lo and behold, these 2 are now trying to cash in on all of that with a book that is set to be released in March. And so the core corruption of our intelligence agencies and that infrastructure would not have been possible without the collusion of the core corruption of investigative journalism in this country. And it's interesting to go back, and I'm old enough to remember during the Bush years when there wasn't a leak that the blabbermouths at the New York Times and all of the other liberal media outlets wouldn't love to blab all over the front front pages of their pages
right.
and airwaves when it endangered the lives of our military and our intelligence officers. And now they're going to accuse our president of threatening the rank and file when he made very clear that he stands behind the rank and file of these intelligence agencies and law enforcement.